Hello everybody, welcome to the live watch on of Hearts versus Istanbul Basaksehir. Finally we are in European group stage competition, hopefully, and it'll be a shock if we can get the win today. Fingers crossed, we're going to need it.
Yeah, he's proved it time and time again, no matter where he plays, whether it's with Celtic or with Scotland. Craig Gordon, very much a number one wherever he plays. Well, the meeting is over. The teams are heading.
Come on, Hearts, go and get the win! Beat the Turkish kids!
Europa Conference League. Let's head up to the commentary box then, where Stephen Craigan is alongside Rob McCrae.
Thanks, Emma. There was more than a tingle around Tynecastle 2 weeks ago as a sellout Hearts support.
Come on, lads! Let's go and win!
Despite losing that Europa League playoff against Zurich, the Jaguars have 3 more full house glamour games in Gorgie to come in this Conference League, starting tonight.
Come on, Hearts!
Of Istanbul Basaksehir, Turkish champions in 2020.
Give you the lineup. This is your Hearts lineup to face Istanbul Basaksehir tonight.
Group stage football.
And here's your Istanbul Basaksehir lineup to play Hearts tonight, folk. And hopefully we're going for a cracking game today. They ain't getting that. They hope and belief. Come on, Hearts!
Those European nights are back. And Hearts want to make the most of this opportunity on match day 1. Well, Hearts are certainly stretched without voice and Beningame, Halkett and Rolls on the injured list. Grant suspended. 5 changes to the team beaten at Livingston at the weekend. In come Michael Smith, Nathaniel Atkinson, Peter Hadding, Alan Forrest and Lawrence Shanklin, replacing Civic, Nielsen, Grant, Mackay-Stephen and Humphreys. Well, he's here. He is in the technical area despite those scare stories that he didn't have the suitable pro license. Emery is right on the touchline to lead his team tonight. It's a Polish referee and officials. Krzysztof Jakubik is the man in charge. He was the 4th official in...
Come on, Craig Gordon, show us your magic.
Only 4 of this Basaksehir lineup started Saturday's 2-0 defeat of Alania's 4. Brazilian centre-back Duarte, Argentinian midfielder Biglia, and up front Turkish international Serdar and French frontman Okaka. There's a change of goalkeeper. Shingezer takes over from Volkan, and a first start for on loan Aston Villa striker Bertrand Traoré.
That's to let me know that this game's kicked off.
It's the first ever European group stage football at Tynecastle, because when Hearts were in the groups of the Uefa Cup back in 2004, those home games were played at Murrayfield, with Tynecastle being refurbished. Those games against Feyenoord and Basel. Robbie Nielsen got the winner against the Swiss team, and Ferencváros. I remember some interesting antics on the touchline from John Robertson way back then. So it's been a long wait for Hearts to get back to this stage of European football.
Game is now underway. Istanbul Basaksehir versus Hearts in the Uefa Conference League.
Against the team currently 4th.
Hopefully we can go and get the win, folks.
But they do play Besiktas at the weekend with a game in hand, so they're not far off top spot. There are 10 games unbeaten this season, both in domestic and European, because they've come through 3.
Do not lose it, you bunch of maroon twats.
If you take it further back, they last lost in the middle of March, so it's an 18-game unbeaten run, and it contrasts sharply with the form that Hearts are in at the moment. They've lost 5 of their last 6 straight.
Indeed, Rob, you know, we
Yeah,
had a little bit of
stupidly,
before the
they
game
lost
when
to stupid Livingston, which shouldn't have happened.
It looks like they're going with the back 4. They don't have an out-and-out natural central defender with
Come
Michael
on.
Smith and Stephen Kingsley being full-back, so a big night ahead for them.
This is Stefano Okaka looking to launch the first attack for the visitors.
Way, have that.
Rescue. Headed back in though by Alexic. And it goes without saying that the Italian Okaka has got massive presence up front. Leo Duarte, the Brazilian. There were 2 Brazilian fullbacks as well in the back 4 at the weekend, but it's a much changed team. 7 alterations to decide which won that game against Alanya Spor. Duarte with Ahmed Touba, the Algerian international, alongside him, and Hassan Ali Calderon at left back. Brendan Rodgers tried a couple of times to sign him when he was Celtic manager.
There's a few nervous moments in the early part of the game. McGavin trying to clear the ball, didn't deal with it properly. Naturally, there will be a few nerves in the Hearts players, but they have to try and settle as soon as they possibly can.
Well, it is a wonderful atmosphere for Robbie Nielsen and his team. Never in doubt that the match against Zurich a couple of weeks ago and all 3 of these group games at home will be sold out. One of the hottest tickets in town. Atkinson won the penalty in Zurich, which was tucked away by Lawrence Shankland prior to Zurich coming back to win that first leg and then win here a fortnight back after Hearts had dominated.
That's a stupid ball.
First half. It was a really good performance. Well, he is here, and he is in his normal place. Turned 42 yesterday, appointed last October. I think he's lost only 4 games in that time in charge. Signed a new contract last Friday with the club till 2024. He won 101 caps as a player for Turkey. 4th on the all-time list.
Yeah, you're just talking about the stadium and the atmosphere around this place, Rob. This is the reason why Tynecastle was reconstructed for nights like this, where the supporters can come and watch their team playing in European football. It's not over to the players, they have to go and produce a performance.
Okaka. Alexic in midfield, he's the top goal scorer. He's Abbott coming off the bench and scoring. 5 so far this season for the man who wears the captain's armband tonight. This is Leo Duarte.
Come on, Ards, go and get the ball for Christ's sake.
Touba, another player who is linked with Celtic. That was much more recently than Brendan Rodgers. That was in the course of the summer. There was talk about Celtic making a move.
Yeah, Hearts have been quite reserved early on. They don't want to overcommit forward. They don't want.
Guys, put your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
We will have to be a little bit more aggressive.
Alex Cochrane, one of the automatic names on the team sheet for Hearts these days, especially when they're stretched at the moment, but even when they're at full strength, it's pretty difficult to keep him out of the team. He was on loan from Brighton, now it's a permanent arrangement. He's very adaptable as well in terms of where he can play down that left side or as a defender, as an extra midfielder. Change of goalkeeper, Schengezer making his European debut. And Hearts will be looking to ask something of him sooner rather than later. Devlin to Mackay. Holds off the
Oh, you stupid
gets the pass wrong behind
idiot.
It's Traore.
Don't give him space.
Serdar. Calderon turns it back. The cross ball in, Okaka.
That's not on ball. You headed it literally 2 inches at him.
It's amazing, Robert. Comes from Cochrane on the left-hand side. Too keen to get forward before Barry Mackay gets the ball under control. Misplaced pass, and suddenly Traore just plays one pass and cuts Hart and Tolman. They have to be careful.
That's a
What a shite ball is that for? Look where you're passing before you pass it, you prick.
This is why Okaka's in the side. He's got that physical presence. That's why Michael Smith and Stephen Kingsley have to be close to him. They get away with it. Cochrane clears his lines.
And that's not a free kick, ref.
The Polish ref having a word with Nathaniel Atkinson about this challenge on Serdar.
Oh, he didn't touch him. He tripped over his own
A bit
feet.
disjointed. They haven't managed to get hold of the ball. They look nervous defensively.
That's the Argentinian.
What?
Biglia. Lucas Biglia is a
No?
cornerstone of the team. He's started every game this season on 10. 36. 58 caps in his time for Argentina. He directs the traffic.
Way! Sit down, you Turkish twit.
Well astray from Leo Duarte. Stephen Kingsley getting sharper and fitter with each passing game. He was injured, of course, earlier in the season.
Stop going backwards, go forwards. You're not going to achieve anything going backwards all the time.
He's an organiser apart from anything else. And if Hearts can get a free kick inside 30-35 yards, he will be very interested. Andy Halliday looking for a free kick there.
Blatant foul, but we don't get it. What a biased ref.
Play from Kingsley. Hearts looking to recapture the sort of first half showing they delivered against Zurich here. A fortnight back, it was sparkling.
Ref's already biased. There was a blatant free kick for us. Didn't give it, but then give one for Istanbul. What a biased ref. Supposed to be straight down the middle, ref.
FC Zurich. See how comfortable they are on the ball. The atmosphere doesn't really bother them. Basaksehir here, they're good in possession. They're quite happy to be patient and move the ball around and just wait for someone in the Hearts team to become disjointed, their teammate, and then they look to pierce.
That's a pretty endless long ball from Duarte. Hearts will take those all night long. 8 minutes goalless. And Craig Gordon goes without saying is crucial to Hearts. He never lets them down.
Come on.
Serdar scored at the weekend, opening goal in that game.
Problem Hearts have, Rob, is when they win the ball, they can't get it forward with any real quality. There's been a few negative passes. Eventually Craig Gordon throws it forward, and that's not the kind of ball Lauren Shanklin wants. He wants it in defeat. Mackay wants it in defeat. Have to take care while they have possession.
The games against Basaksehir.
Wow, Villarreal are already losing. Wow, that's a shock.
Floats one in, skims off the head of Atkinson. Out comes Craig Gordon, and he used the slide on the grass to time that perfectly. And they had to get that right because it was in a dangerous area. And it was a little bit reminiscent of one of the goals in Zurich, which came along after an Atkinson header flew up in the air on the end of a long ball downfield.
Even just that little passage of play. Alan Forrest picking the ball up, playing a
Oh,
forward
come
pass.
on.
Andy Halliday, who's trying to
Just do something, create something, do something now.
Buddy Mackay
They're doing bugger all.
would love to excel on this stage.
Keep the ball in play, you bunch of brown absolute arses. We've not even played 10 minutes, I'm already getting frustrated.
Start to the season, no doubt, for Robbie Nielsen. He hasn't had his best side available. He's had to chop and change and try and put freshness into the team, playing every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, you're playing Lauren Shanklin up front, where it should be Gary Mackay-Stevens, who actually has European experience.
Turic, Calderon plays it out wide. Biglia.
Come on, defend.
Patient play from Basaksehir. Good touch from Traore as and then Cochrane knocks the ball out of play.
Yeah, you only have to look at the quality of the likes of Traore, unknown from Aston Villa, of course, but with the big transfer fees he's went throughout his career on, shows the challenge Hearts had ahead of them tonight, but you just sense with this atmosphere and this crowd that they can push the team forward.
Over Ali Shahiner, the right back, to take this throw in. Not surprisingly, aiming at Okaka, flicked away by Devlin.
Come on, I'd actually get up feeling actually in trouble to keep for crying out loud. Way offside. Thank God something gone our way for once.
Yeah, it's just about a little bit of composure for Hearts. 10-11 minutes into the game. Can they put their foot in the ball? Can they start to dictate possession?
Atkinson's touch, the ball goes astray. Hearts get another chance. Peter Hamming. Alan Forrest whips out wide. Atkinson can't get the pass.
Come on.
That's gone away by Devlin. It's untidy from Hearts. And the free kick is going against Stephen Kingsley despite his protests.
Cammy Devlin's just trying to complicate the game. There's an easier pass on. I don't see why Stephen Kingsley's complaining. It's a clear and obvious foul, no doubt about it. It's not a promising attack from Traore.
Come on. Just need one chance, that's all we need.
Hard still to get into any sort of rhythm here. Shahina.
There really one chance, they can literally have the whole freedom of the pitch, and that's what they're doing at the moment, just passing it around like it's so easy. Literally no players, literally Istanbul's passing it around like you see Bayern Munich, Barcelona, the big European boys, how they do it. They're basically doing tiki-taka football with Hearts not even going to them.
Traore, good feet, good skill, good balance. Right into the danger zone.
Get out! 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 For God's sake, this team is gonna kill me over in anytime soon.
As Biglia swings in the cross, Hearts are living dangerously.
Fucking hell! Do not do that with Okaka literally on your toes.
All comes from Hearts once again, turning over possession far too easy. Can't build any rhythm to their play.
Guys, go ahead and subscribe to the chat, like, subscribe if you are new. Go on! Go on! Oh, just fucking shoot, you cunt! Fucking hell!
What an opportunity.
The one chance we might get the whole entire fucking game and he's gone and blown it.
You've got to say, it's good play by Andy Halliday. The spot on Rob, he's got to get a shot.
There! Shoot! Why let the player come and tackle you? Fucking shoot, you absolute Scottish cunt! Fuck. Sorry about language, Bo, it just pissed me off because he should have literally shot. Not wait, not wait. Oh, I'm gonna shoot as soon as a player puts a challenge in. What's the point of having the ball if you're just gonna let the player nick the ball of you before you actually shoot when you've had the ball for literally 2 more minutes beforehand? You want to see Lewandowski do that? Lewandowski would have shot instantly. Messi would have shot instantly. But no, teams in Scotland think, oh, we'll just wait and wait and wait. And we'll fucking let people slide tackle us before we try and kick the ball. Because we're a bunch of Scottish twats.
Shankland the target. Duarte heads her way. Mackay. Forrest.
Come on. Oh, for God's sake.
And now the counter attack.
He's the best. He's the fastest player they have got, and this would have been this would be the game for him. Because as soon as you give him the ball, he's the one who tries to get him going, and he's a winger, so it works. That's the ball. That's the ball in half. Go on! Yes! Oh, you twat! Ah! Yeah, but why has it took nearly 20 minutes to do so? It should start literally from kickoff. See if there's any other scores on the doors for you guys while we are doing this. In Europa League, there is 1-0 Arsenal against Zurich. Marquinhos has scored for Arsenal with an Eddie Nketiah assist. And in the Europa, in the Conference League, Lech Poznan are beating Villarreal. I don't even think when Hearts go and play RFS next, I don't think that's going to be easy. They play the Latvian champions next in their group. I don't think that's going to be easy because at the moment they're matching Fiorentina for everything. They literally matched them on shots. They both had 4 shots each and both had 1 on target. So it sounds like at the moment that they're actually holding their own and matching them. So it makes me think they're not going to be a pushover. Because they've just gone and shown that, and that's within 17 minutes. Because you'd be thinking you'd think Fiorentina would nearly be on like double figure attempts. You'd be thinking, but it sounds like they're on there doing their hoodies. Playing Fiorentina. Icone, Barak, Bonaventura. So basically we're playing exactly the same team that we played against Napoli a couple of weeks ago.
They have a pretty tiny home support as well. One of the poorest supported teams in the Turkish Super League. Mind you, there are 8 teams in Istanbul. So I guess they have to share it around.
Wow.
Only 3 teams out with the big 3.
That's a fact I didn't know. Out of all the teams in the Turkish league, Istanbul Basaksehir are the worst supported team in the league. Literally hardly anyone in Turkey supports them. But it might just be that they're just brand new and that people might just think they've just built them on money just to have success. But they also said that there's also within Turkish football there's 8 teams in Istanbul. Good header, defended. Just to let you guys know, in the other group it is Fiorentina 0, RFS 0, and it's nearly 1-0 Istanbul, folks. Nearly 1-0 Istanbul. But we're getting better. Yeah, we're trying our best. And it was a free header as well. Shite. And it was it. Number 8, their captain. Whoever he is. Because I'm not butchering names, that's why I'm just saying numbers. Because I know most of their names are not easy to say. So it's whoever. He's Serbian, their captain who nearly scored.
position, and it's Leo Duarte, the Brazilian central defender, who heads this straight at the goalkeeper.
I think it's another major concern given an opposition.
And here we go. And here we go.
6 yards from goal.
Slovakia are beating Partizan Belgrade 2-0.
But Hearts have to stay switched on at set places. They're not the biggest, they're not the most aggressive, so you have to get tight.
Craig Halkett spoke to us
And there's no other goals in the Europa League.
defensively, the presence that he has, the positional sense that he has, the power that he has in tackling cross balls when they come into the box. And well, quite a few key absentees for Hearts tonight, you'd have to say, including a man in the studio.
Yeah, Robert Nielsen at the start of the season would have looked at the spine of his team of Craig Gordon, Craig Halkett, Peter Haring and Liam Boyce. Suddenly 2 of those 4 are missing, so
Just keep putting the questions coming and I've answered many of them as I can throughout. And hopefully Hearts can actually create more chances and stop making it stressful.
Duarte with that big chance moments ago.
Just don't let him have a free header in future. You bunch of maroon idiots. Go on!
Shankland.
Pass the ball. That's a ball.
Move alongside him now. It's Barry Mackay.
That's a ball.
It's a useful ball in.
Oh, corner. Take that. Come on! Believe!
To show that Hearts can hurt Basaksehir, particularly in the counter-attack. If they can win the ball in the middle third, Shankland running ahead, and Forrest and Mackay.
Yes, you can always believe that you can get something from any game.
Hearts can just pick that right pass.
It's an open game, isn't it? Swinging from
Come on. Someone get your head on this corner. But no, they're going short. And it's now been waiting. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's a goal! Fuck off the line, cunt! Oh.
agonising.
And that ball was out of play, ref. Ball was out of fucking play.
Basaksehir in response. Okaka's shot blocked.
Ooh. Referee, you're a twat. The ball crossed the line, and you know it.
Believe that the goal hasn't been given. It's a really well worked set play, but it drops to Peter Haring. You think, just knock it into an empty net. There probably wasn't enough pace on the ball. The ball hasn't fully crossed the line, so it's an excellent decision by the referee's assistant. There really is an opportunity that Hart should have taken.
Just didn't get the contact he was after. Peter Haring, and that allowed Leo Duarte, who missed that big chance up at the other end, to kick that one off the line and stop Hearts going in front.
Oh, should be 1-0 up.
So really enjoyed the last 10 or 12 minutes. The opening 10 was a little bit nervy, a little bit edgy for Hearts, but we're now starting to grow in confidence, starting to show what they're really like as players.
What are you on about?
Robbie Nielsen himself was a goal scorer, of course, in the Uefa Cup group stages, 2004.
Ah, funny, but hopefully that can make him be positive and get him start playing properly.
And on alongside him there, Emery, with a glittering career for club and country. A bit of room in between the lines for Turich. Traore. Headed away by Atkinson. Did some good work for Hearts so far. Doesn't stick for Shankland.
Come on, Hearts. Oh, slipped. What an idiot.
Slippy surface.
You could have broke there, but you decided, oh, I'm going to slip on the grass.
We wouldn't mind starting the celebrations a little bit early.
Yeah, 'cause one player ran and then he slipped on the surface.
Leo Duarte making headlines in the game already.
Oh.
I think Lauren Shankland and Andy Halliday, they're trying to start the service into Big Leo in midfield. He's the guy that makes everything tick.
Why?
Swinging the ball out wide for Serdar.
Maybe.
There's room here for Duarte to run into. Chipped in for Alexic, gets it down on his chest, gets away from Okaka.
Why do that?
That could be costly. Calderón.
Oh, it's 1-0 Istanbul Basaksehir, folks.
At Tynecastle. And Hearts playing a big part here in their own downfall. It's a
And that was due.
judgment from Peter Halling.
And that was due to one stupid player who literally just let one of the Istanbul Basaksehir players just win the ball back like from using a candy from a baby.
All the way under no pressure whatsoever. You have to say it's a wonderful finish by Calderón. He strikes it really, really well. And to beat a goalkeeper of the quality of Craig Gordon from there, it has to be a good strike. But the major disappointment will be Hearts didn't defend it well. And if one of their most experienced players turns over possession in a really dangerous area, and Hearts get punished.
Well, it's the first goal of the season. For the 32-year-old left back.
Yeah, what's that effing shit defence? I can agree with that. It is rubbish defending, but hey, what can you do? It's still enough time to get back in it.
Get rid of it. You don't want to be playing in that area. And Hearts have to respond here, going a goal behind.
Yeah, you talk about fine margins in football. The fine margin in there is Peter Haring has to make a better decision.
Why
Against lesser opposition,
is that?
When
Yep,
you're playing in European football and against good sides,
maybe it was Aaron who nearly scored and then decided, oh, I'm going to give the ball away and let Istanbul score.
All around him, he had to take the safety first option. And
Yeah.
suddenly that left footer was exploding past Craig Gordon.
But I hate that CUNT playing the game at half the pace of everyone else. That is true. Cheap goal to give away. It is a cheap goal to give away.
He's invited Okaka to drive with the ball. In goes Devlin, but he kept it. Now it's Traore.
What a challenge. Well done. Win the ball back. Show.
And lost it. And back it goes via Alex Coughlin into the gloves of Craig Gordon.
yeah, I think they look a little bit nervous now, Hearts. You know, their run of form hasn't been great. And suddenly when you concede that first goal, all the negativity starts to flow into your mind. It affects your decision making. You just got to try and play their way back into the game.
Hearts have to
Oh, it should be 1-0 up. The goal crossed the line. Everyone knew it. And just the referee then twat.
Free kick here. Given in Andy Halliday's favour.
It's just a bit clear in their heads. They have to get rid of that, particular Peter Haring. He had to
Oh, we got a free kick from absolutely nothing.
give up
I'll
easy
take it.
possession when he was under no pressure.
From Devlin to Mackay. Cochrane.
That's a ball.
Good ball in.
Ah.
Headed away by Tuba. Bouncing away from Kingsley. But Devlin keeps
Stop going backwards. Go forwards. That's how you score goals.
now Forrest. Could have gone in with it.
You don't score goals by going backwards.
Now Hearts have lost it.
Good challenge.
One back. Devlin. And the Hearts fans looking to drive their team towards an equaliser.
Come on.
International Atkinson trying to find his compatriot, and here he is, Cammy Devlin, but the ball slips out for the throw. Well, this is part one of our coverage from the Europa Conference League. Manchester United on the back of 4 straight Premier League wins in action against Real Sociedad from 7:15. 1 and ultimate, and it's West Ham against the Romanian team FCSB from 7:45 on 2. Chelsea have a new manager. It is Graham Potter, appointed not so very long ago, and they go to Craven Cottage from 11:30 on 1 and ultimate on Saturday.
Wow. Give you a bit of an insight, folks. There was supposed to be another game kicking off in the Conference League.
Already they can
Nice versus Cologne.
Shanklands.
That's now been postponed, and kickoff is now going to happen at 20 to 8.
Here's the goal once again. Peter Haring just getting themselves caught. The ball breaks the...
In the event of any incident, the match will be stopped. It's a bit weird. I've never seen a full match stop, been postponed before games even kick the ball.
31 minutes gone at Tynecastle. And is the team currently 4th in the Turkish Super League. Hearts, of course, 4th in the Scottish Premiership. And St Mirren are here on Saturday. Robbie Vincent talking about just that.
And the incident has come, and this is why I'm glad this doesn't happen in British football because of. But go on! Oh, shanked the shot. Yeah, and Cologne's captain has had to come out and address the fans instead of being in the changing room because they're causing the reason why the game's being postponed until later on tonight.
Number 9 to make his selection, and there were a couple of frustrated teammates alongside.
I would hate to be a supporter who's got off early from work at that time and then find out it's postponed to a bit later. I'll be pissed.
Shankland's been there, Holliday's been there, Barry Mackay, can he get an opportunity? Can Forrest get an opportunity? Just keep it tight at the back. There's more than enough encouragement for Hearts in this game.
Here we go. The actual incident. Unfortunately, the game between ourselves and Nice has been delayed due to violent clashes between fan groups in the stadium and on the stands. We are currently discussing the background, and UEFA security are making it. Meeting is taking place. Now it's postponed to 7:45. And that is due to violence in football, which shouldn't be allowed, folks. We need to make our chances count. We do.
Nice flick from Traore, gets it back from Okaka, linking well those two. Now it's Serdar, the third man of the front three, cuts it back.
What a save! Way! Point blank, and you have to sky the Istanbul Basaksehir.
Another big escape for the home team.
Yes, indeed, and it's Bertrand again. Bertrand Traore. Just his weight of pass, Rob. His ability to see Hearts where they're open. It's a great reaction save from Craig Gordon. I'm not too sure he knows an awful lot about it.
It's Fenerbahce 1, Dynamo Kiev 1, and Lonica 1, Rennes 1 in the Europa League. And I'll be back in about a few minutes, folks.
And think about the chances they've had. This could be a pretty hefty scoreline already if all chances have been taken. 1-0 as it is to Basaksehir.
Yeah, you spoke about the miss that Craig Halkett is, and it's not just him being there in his presence, Rob. It's his leadership qualities, his organisation. You know, Michael Smith doesn't traditionally play as a centre half. Neither Stephen Kingsley. They do in a back three, but not normally in a back four together. So it's a difficult night for them so far.
11 minutes away from half time. Hearts trailing by a goal to nil. Here's Alexic, and there's plenty of room for Traore. Good block by Cochrane. Danger not over. Alexic had a swing at it. Now Tunic. Devlin's challenge. Calderon, the goal scorer. Serdar. Growing in confidence on the back of their opening goal. Actually, they started pretty strongly as well. It was a stuttering start from the home team who have the ball back. Kingsley, Hadding, Mackay, Halliday. Again, he took too long, Andy Halliday. Thousands of Hearts fans were trying to give him an early warning. In for Serdar. That's a good block. And it is Halliday who recovers to get in the way of that goal-bound effort from the striker.
They're going to have to learn quickly, Hearts. You don't get 4 or 5 seconds in European football, Rob, to lift your head and pick your pass. It's got to move quickly, minimal touches, because the pressure coming from Basaksehir is evident.
Yeah, it needs positive decision making and it needs quick decision making, and that's something the Hearts have failed with so far. That looks a nasty challenge. Peter Haring stays down, and that will be worth another look.
I think it's two bit, there's no doubt. It's a reckless tackle. He catches Peter Haring late. Peter Haring nicks the ball first. Both of them go to ground and they gather speed because of the water on the surface. It's always one of those ones that whoever gets the ball first is going to get clattered. And it's happened to Peter Haring. I'd be very surprised if this wasn't a yellow card for Tuba.
And you just wondered whether Ahmed Tuba was staying down for tactical reasons, but the minute he's back on his feet, maybe even before then, he's going to see yellow from the Polish referee, Krzysztof Jakubik. The good news is I'm helping you back to your feet. The bad news is I'm booking you.
It all comes from Tuva's heavy first touch. You know, how often do you see that as a player, that when you have a poor touch and the ball gets away from you, you think by lunging or sliding into a tackle you can redeem yourself, but it's just a split second too late, and thankfully Peter Haring's on his feet.
It's a scoreline here, Craig. That could be just about anything at this stage, couldn't it?
It could be, but you know, because it's 1-0 to Basaksehir, Hearts can't really afford to let it get to 2-0. You know, it's a long way back from there, so sometimes you have to ride your luck. You've got to defend well, but I'm just a little bit wary of Kingsley and Michael Smith. There's gaps between them, there's runners between them. Maybe just a little bit too open. Michael Smith's the more experienced one. He's got to try and control the situation.
No clean sheets for Hearts this season. That's 10 games in. And they've failed to score in 4 of their last 5. The stats aren't great for them at the moment, but some of their play going forward has been encouraging here. They need to take a chance. So he heads that away from Kingsley. Cochrane. They've got to cut out the mistakes. Under pressure, Michael Smith after a bad touch. Shankland almost on the end of that clearance.
Do you know what, I don't mind that from Lawrence Shankland, Rob. Too often you see centre forwards wanting to come short and link up the play. Sometimes you just got to turn around, stretch the game in behind and just keep Duarte honest. Remember, he's also been booked, so you probably want to play on his side and try and put him under a little bit of pressure.
Back it goes from Tuba to Schenkeser. Hearts really haven't put enough pressure so far on the man making his European debut in goals to the Turkish team. Devlin dropping into that role between Smith and Kingsley. Michael Smith, 34 last Sunday, the Northern Ireland international, cleared by Craig Gordon, who's got a couple of saves to his name already. Alexic, the Serbian international, wearing number 8 and the captain's armband. 4 goals in the 6 qualifiers that led to tonight's game. Duarte and Tuba.
The problem is with the Hearts press, Rob, are too reactive. Lawrence Shankland runs 30 yards and Andy Halliday waits until the ball's at the goalkeeper's feet before he moves. You've got to go as one.
Racing forward, Shahiner. Daniel Alexic. That's Calderon. Turuc. Calderon's cross ball headed away by Cochrane. Lapping up the lion's share of possession at the moment. Basaksehir. Serdar hugging that touchline. Good interception by Peter Haring. It was aggressive, it was determined, and he was unlucky not to keep hold of the ball.
Better though from the Hearts midfield, rather than dropping off and giving up your territory. Peter hanging on the front foot, trying to nibble in midfield. So keep saying the Basaksehir are so open. If you can win the ball, one or two passes, you can cut them open.
Hello, folks, I am back. Just playing popped off.
He might just have lost his footing, but the referee thinks
But
it was enough.
Eastham, any chance of a bit more commentary? Don't mean to be cheeky, but stuck in Tenerife with no links or any bar close showing. Channel you're in the Clive Tilsley. I think that's the wrong commentator. You need to think of commentator with passion. So I don't even know if there's any commentator that shows the passion when the goal goes in. I've got to say Gary Neville. It's the closest one. Cause he goes mental for anything that guy does when he's a commentator.
He loses out, and he now has to get tight and stop this getting quickly into the box. Back for Biglia. This is Alexic lining up the left footer, and he's tugged it well wide.
Hopefully it's not too serious.
Again, the warning signs are there.
Well, it's just one long ball. Nathaniel Atkinson doesn't deal with the long
Wow.
the ball from the goalkeeper. And then suddenly Basaksehir pick up second balls and allowing them to dictate in the edge of their own box. Almost
Yeah.
at half time, getting up 1-0 and allow their manager to rejig a few things.
Tottenham is enjoying the weather.
Wow.
Getting a toweling down in the technical area.
So if anyone who's in this is nothing to do with football, it's because it's doesn't matter in this country if you guys are not from the UK. That if you're in the armed forces, when it comes to the Queen, you think of something like that, you might be getting stuff maybe set up for the inevitable if it looks like it could more or less, if it does happen, it looks more than likely because it's deteriorating and stuff like that. So the army will be getting all the stuff for just in case, because you don't want it to happen, but they always have to be set up ready. Yeah, I'll do it off when I finish streaming and everything. Yeah, because I can read it on here. Why New York Times? Why couldn't it be from a British paper? Ah.
Tumbling over as he got that clear. Driving through the middle on Shankland. And it was
Come on, Arts, get a goal, please. Yes, Arsenal have conceded to FC Zurich. We're not the only ones that can concede to FC Zurich. And Arsenal are a bigger club. So I've had Arsenal Football Club. We're not the only ones.
heading for the corner, Kingsley.
So unlucky Arsenal.
In the end. Okaka to Traore. Just showed too much of that there. To Michael Smith covering across. Good defending.
It's a tackle he had to make as well. Traore had just opened his legs. Hearts were caught 3 for 3. Perfectly timed tackle by Michael Smith. That's just another example of Lawrence Shanklin. Just lacks that yard of pace, Rob, doesn't he? You know, when he's
See what any other score is? It is Braga 1-0 away at Malmo. Union Saint-Gilloise, whatever they are, from Belgium, are play a 1-0 up away at Union Berlin. And it is still Ludogorets 0, Roman Hill.
Shingezer not the most convincing of clearances with the ball at his feet, and Hearts will just feel they haven't got close enough to him.
And it is still Fiorentina 0, RFS 0.
There have been chances though, and that's the big encouragement. Cochrane on the half volley, headed away by Duarte. Alexic flicks it to Okaka. Maybe one last threat to Hearts at the end of this first 45. Great challenge again, Smith.
Come on, that's a foul, ref. That is a foul all day in the blooming sun.
And it was terrific again from the experienced Smith at the back for Hearts.
Once again, he had to make it because Soudar had just outpaced Nathaniel Atkinson down the Hearts' right-hand side, and There really was danger limit.
Seconds left of the first half, but still very much in the game.
Come on, Hearts. Hopefully in the second half you can start playing better.
Craig Gordon aiming for Lauren Shackland. Headed away by Duarte. That's Mackay and Haring. And that gets away from Atkinson. And that will pretty much be the end of the first half, you would imagine, as Robbie Nielsen studies some footage ahead of his half-time team talk. Hearts look to respond to the goal of Hassan Ali Calderum, the Turkish left back, who blasted the left footer after Peter Haring got it horribly wrong at the edge of his own penalty box, gifting possession back to Basaksehir, and the stunning left footer flash.
Half-time, folks. Hearts 0, Istanbul 1.
In Gorgie, Hearts 0, Basaksehir 1.
No.
No way.
We don't put that on here. It's not happened. We don't put it on there because I do not want to get taken down for something like that. Because it's like me and you were just talking about that. It said, you know who has passed away. It's not happened yet. Don't say it's going to happen, because I don't want to then look like an absolute idiot and then my channel get taken down for saying stuff like that. And I'll say this to everyone that's on the stream, be careful what you put, because whatever you put could put it in jeopardy, and all your eyes on me. So be careful what you put, because I don't want to be accused of saying stuff when it's not happened.
Born Confident, the new Volkswagen
What?
T-Roc, also available as a cabriolet.
So I'm going to go and tell Dad because he's in the army. Wow.
Anything's possible with an irresistibly fresh fragrance. Smell iconic. The Lynx Effect.
Introducing Chase, the digital bank that makes every day rewarding.
What does that mean?
Well, you get 1% cash back on your everyday debit card spending.
Like on this coffee?
Absolutely.
Why has my debit card got no numbers on it?
All your card details are stored in the Chase banking app, so no one else can see them.
Will you charge me fees for using my debit card abroad?
Nope, not even for the sun cream you forgot to pack. Ouch.
So who are you again?
Chase, we're a digital bank that's already trusted by millions of customers in the US.
How many millions?
Well, over 56 millions.
Blimey.
Say hello to rewarding banking. Chase.
Sell your car the motorway way. Where dealers compete to give you their best price.
Just sell the car.
What? No way.
Yes way. Motorway, the way to sell your car.
The phone world is full of wonderful and worrisome things. Getting a phone is exciting, but I'd like you to follow these steps to stay safe and be kind online. I love you, phone. Set up web filters so you don't see things you shouldn't. On an Apple device, this can be done in your screen time settings. I'm on Android, so I had to go to my safe search settings. If anyone is mean to you, you can mute, block, and report them. I'm tell a responsible adult, so not your dad, Dennis. Your phone knows where in Beano Town you are, but that means other people on the net could find out too. Dennis, you should never share your location with strangers. You can turn off your geolocation in settings too. How do you know all of this? I got my phone smart license at eephonesmart.co.uk. I bet I could get mine quicker.
Sign your kid up for EE's Phone Smart License, a free course to teach them to be kind and safe online. Search EE Phone Smart.
Monopoly is back at McDonald's. Only now, the game you love is twice as nice. That's because now you can peel on back, then peel in out.
to Switch Up, you're free to swap to a new phone anytime you like. Any reason? As often as you like. With no need to pay off your contract. For an extra $3.99 a month, bolt-on are included on selected plans. Switch up to new when it suits you.
Get all the fun and the sun this winter with Jet2 Holidays. You can discover amazing destinations with 22 kilograms of baggage included. So why wait? Unlock your winter sun and lock in today's price when you book your next getaway now. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. After National protected.
He's got two dependable characters out wide. Clever lift that. Good shot, Mbappe. Just about the best around. He is just magnificent.
Everyone at BT Sport is extremely saddened by the passing of Her Majesty the Queen. A lifetime of public service leaves us with an enormous debt of gratitude. Our sympathies are with...
Hello everybody, I am back. And I think they're stopping all coverage of everything now. I don't know if they're going to show. Because I think, from what I have... Yeah. The one thing that I do know, that will mean that there will be no sport happening now for about a week and a bit, I think. Because I think that's under what they were going to do. So literally no Premier League, no nothing's going to happen. Yeah, that'll be beat. Yep, so you're talking about... So... You can't mention any games live whatsoever because literally no game's going to be live this weekend out of what's just happened. Yeah, and my dad did tell me that more than likely now he'll get told if he has to go down to London to do it for what he's got to do. Yep, and also our national anthem is also now going to have to change. And instead of saying God Save the Queen now, it's going to be God Save the King. So, they've got to get that switched quickly because England literally play it in a couple of days. Yeah. Yeah, so now everywhere is going to be in mourning, so I think most things will be shutting down for like a day or two. Folks, I hope you can understand how... I apologise, this is me being not disrespectful to anyone who's not British, who's enjoying watching this stream. Sorry for we're feeling a bit of a downer because it's someone who's run this country for that long. We are going to be in a bit of a sadness because it's now in mourning. So people have got to understand that I might not be in the mood now to be interested. But if Hearts score, at least it will bring a bit of happiness to a sad moment if it can happen. And that's why I hope it happens now. Due to the fact it will bring a bit of happiness to it all. But, yeah. That's why I'm just praying for something good to come from this now. I don't really care. And this is not me being disrespectful to football, to sport. It's relevant now. The result now is irrelevant. Any games, even the Man United score, even the Arsenal score, all that is irrelevant. Because what's more important is the Queen's the most important thing to this country. And now we've got to respect. Nah. The life 96! To go out in 96! Well done. And that's the lizard beef, and that's the lizard beef in age over. So literally now everything's going to be shut from BBC 4 to Channel 5 to everything. We all got to remember that. Yeah, but the other thing we got to remember is if there's any sport going to happen tomorrow, don't be surprised if it's not on tomorrow. Because out of respect, it's one of the rules that they're saying that there's no academic sport, no football, no rugby, no nothing will be played. Out of respect for it. Just to let you guys know if you guys are a bit late. Is BT Sport just replaying clips or have they postponed the game? That's an interesting question one person on my chat's just put. Is BT Sport just replaying clips and postponing the game? Good. Yep. Yep. I've just realised they've literally shown the same clip over and over and over again. I don't think we're going to be seeing any more coverage. I think of Hearts versus Istanbul Basaksehir tonight. Oh, I think we don't. I don't know.
There's sad news here in Great Britain this evening. The second half of this game, though, will go ahead here at Tynecastle Stadium. Liam Boyce and
Yep, because from what I've just heard, this game was nearly in doubt because of what happened. The Hearts got asked, do you want to call the game off? That is, got to give respect to that because you always got to think. But the main thing is you'd be thinking, get it off your mind, play football. But I'll say this, and the game is now gonna continue. But imagine this might be the last game of football we might see in this country or around the UK for a little bit. So enjoy this 45 minutes because we don't know when we'll next have a game on. Yep, so I'm going to say this now. Chelsea versus Fulham, early kickoff. That is going to be off. Spurs versus Man United. Versus Man City, live, off. So we'll be having no games on to watch on TV, so that's out of respect. I don't know if they're going to do the same for rugby, for the rugby league. Because if they're going to do it for football, I think they'll be doing it for all sports, so it might be that you might have to push the playoffs back.
But it was a great effort, like you say, just couldn't quite get enough pace on it. Under 3 minutes later, though, Istanbul Basaksehir went off the pitch.
Are they going to expect British rugby clubs, because of what has just happened, to then go, say, like, next day and play rugby after hearing that? I wouldn't want to play. Because we're all in mourning, and I'm hoping that whoever's in charge of rugby league makes a decision and decides we'll call the games off and we'll just push them back to when it's the available date to play. Because you've got to be respectful at the end of the day for this country. And if so we'll just wait and see what news comes out from the FA, the governing body of British football, and see what they have to say, what they're going to do about this week's fixtures now. Wow. Guys, I'm gonna try my best for this next 45 minutes to be basically try and be as upbeat as I can. That's all I can do for this. But yeah, it's like I bet me and you, it's like we're both in a state of shock because it got sprung. It's like you were telling me about this, about it being at a bedside, and then suddenly within 2 or 3 minutes later it got sprung on us like a cover finger. It's happened.
comes flying back to you, it can be difficult to get control on it. And
except it's
from Hearts' perspective, it's going over the crossbar. But you see from that first opportunity with Andy Halliday, that's what Hearts are going to try and do, is to get in contact with.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's just so now you're not gonna if. You know, it's gonna see every sporting club in this country are all gonna be having putting all wishes down for what's just happened. But for me, we'll just have to wait and see what the plan of action is and what's gonna be like next few days. Now, when you go out on the bounce, there's gonna be a different atmosphere to what it usually is. It's not gonna be normal. What's your thoughts on your new manager? Yeah, right. People. Folks. Oh, they're doing a minute silence at the beginning of the second half. Which is rightly so. For me, if I was Hearts at the moment, I would have just said to Istanbul, we got to cut the game off out of respect. I would have cut the game off. Are these players' minds now going to be focused on playing football? No, these Hearts are their heads are gonna drop, and I don't believe. Yeah.
Where is this game going to go from here? Could have been certainly one or two.
Yeah, and also what I'm going to say this now, and this is in correlation to the game at the moment between Istanbul Basaksehir and Hearts. If Hearts loses, I do not blame Hearts one bit. I do not blame them for now if they lose and literally get hammered, because I don't blame them. Their heads are going to drop after hearing that, and I don't blame them one bit. But now, the one thing is to now go out and do the Queen proud by representing UK now, and go and get a good result, and literally just bit of a lift and make it a bit of a happy place. That's all they can go and do. But I do not blame Hearts if their heads completely drop, and that happens the same to Arsenal or Manchester United. I do not blame them if no British club today wins, because all the heads are going to drop after hearing that news. Is what I said right? Was that the right thing to say? Because I don't blame if, say, at the moment you got Hearts playing, then you got Celtic, you got Arsenal, and you got Man United. You got Man. No, I'm just saying, I don't blame any football club at the moment, in this moment in time, if they get battered, they lose whatsoever, because of hearing that news. Their heads will fucking, sorry for my language, will literally drop like a sack of shit, because of that, in that disarray of that news. Their focus will not be on playing football. both their newsers won't be on playing football. If I was Manchester United right now, I would not play. I would call the game off and play it at a different date. If I was Manchester United, I would not play their game against Sociedad out of respect. If they've got the best conscience in their heart, do not play against Sociedad. Those players are not going to be in fit state to play. Absolutely. I'm just stunned. What? Yeah. And folks, if any of you have turned,
goalkeeper, so that's progress because Hearts want to be giving him something to do. How good is he? The stand-in for
so
neat first touch passing. Alexa.
So I at the moment, because I'm halfway through a stream, and the game's continued. The game got called off. I would have stopped streaming, but I just thought it gets my mind off of it for at least 45 minutes. Get my mind on something else.
I think Barry Mackay needs more of an influence in the game, Rob. You know, he hasn't had an awful lot of possession of the ball. He hasn't been close enough to the Basaksehir goal.
Yeah, and I will.
To get back in this game, he's got to play higher up. He's got to take more gambles, more risks in possession.
Yeah.
As opposed to, as you can see him now.
I'm gonna say this to you guys because of our monikers. Sadly passed away. God rest her soul. Just watch the stream as a video. We're not gonna put any questions in out of respect because it can be a bit hard for any of us, even for me, to go and answer any questions with football at the moment. But watch this game. I don't even know when the next time I'm gonna stream because we don't know how long it will be. Football will not be played.
And the skipper, Daniel Alexis, was under enough pressure there that he didn't get the pass right, and it goes out for the throw. Hearts have it back.
I'll be able. I'll be able to do streaming, but I just wouldn't be able to do sport as in such as like that because that's going to be stopped, and I know that because my dad knows all the ins and outs. Because the army always get told, and he said that a lot of sports get stopped straight away. Yeah, if it was me at the moment, I don't even stream anything other than football anyway. Oh, sorry. There we go. Someone's kindly has helped out in our situation. He said it's a 10-day morning. That is correct. So basically, we'll have no football for 2 weeks. So basically, we will not see football back in the Premier League until after international break now. Because after the 10-day period, it's then international break. So the first game back since all of this will be England. And I think that is the most fitting thing for it to happen. That the first game, that football comes back in this country after all what's going on now. It happens to be the England team where we could all come together and all come together as a country. And that's what I think is the best thing to do. But it'd be interesting to see, are they going to sing God Save the Queen or are they going to change it? And it's going to be God Save the King. Because unfortunately, that's good. The words are going to have to change. But we have to wait and see on that one. But at the moment, folks, don't put any questions in. We'll just watch the second half as normal. And everything else out of respect. Because who wants to ask any questions about football at the moment when something bad's just happened? It's like at the moment in Tynecastle, you can barely hear a pin drop at Tynecastle because I think that news has shocked everyone. That literally you can't hear any fans cheering. You literally can't hear anything in that ground because I think the news has shocked everyone to the point where they're just thinking out of respect, we're just gonna watch the game and just be all silent. And I think it's the right thing to do. What?
Just looking to manage the game, aren't they? Basaksehir control.
Yeah, it's just absolutely gut-wrenching. But the one thing is, like we're all going to say, it is life, and it's all of us will be. I'm shocked that she lived to 96.
Do
you mean 70 years? Yep. Because it shows how old it is. Because it's my dad's dad and my dad's mum were only a kid when she was put to the throne. And now my grandpa and my grandma are both in their 70s. Was it? What? My mum and dad were born both born in 1970, 1971. It's my dad's mum and dad are the only members of the family that were alive when she was put to the throne. Yep, that's well done. And do you know there's only one other part of the country where she's got the same status as over here, as Queen, and that is in Canada. She's known as the Queen over there. The only other country to give that title to, other than over here. So I wouldn't be surprised if. And this is going to be me saying this to if any club in this country, football, rugby, you name it, out of respect, do what Barnes have just done, because that will be respect. Just keep it black and white, out of respect. Do not have any bright colours whatsoever, because I think it's the right thing to do at this moment in time. Because we're hardly going to see anything on TV for the next 10 days.
Challenge on Turic. It's going to be a free kick.
I know I'm going to keep going on about it, but for people that are new, I am sorry if I don't feel enthusiastic and upbeat as I was in the first half, due to that the Queen, the monarch of this great country that we are in, is passed away, and that's for all you guys to know if you turned up late. So I apologise if I don't feel happy and open and getting excited if we nearly score something, but it's more important matters at this moment. I do apologise, but hopefully you do give the likes, subscribe. What? Yeah. And I will say this, if Arts, and I literally can't say out at the moment because it's the wrong time to even talk about a game of football. It's literally so it's all gone. Yep, and it will turn out that in not long my dad will be on his way in. It might be in a day or two to London. He'll get told by his hierarchy, which is higher than him, the big boy at his camp will tell him that everyone here has got to go, who's in the army, I've got to go down to London and stuff like that. Just folks, I physically cannot focus on a game at the moment. Arts are losing. I'm not really caring right now. The monarch has passed away at the age of 96. God save the king. God save the queen.
Mackay takes the short corner. Cochrane gives it back.
Oh well.
Alex Cochrane on the left foot. This could be promising.
Yeah, what a sad state of affairs is he that he's going to be now.
And Shahiner was able to fend that away.
I even
Touch there and a good touch.
I'm streaming at the moment for Arts game, but it's irrelevant at the moment. That's what I would have said. But if any games I've not played yet, and you're in the UK, I would have said out of good conscience and out of respect, you would not play, because because you would think and it's the same farts, it's the same for Arsenal and same United. Their heads are not going to be in the right place. They're not going to be in the same mindset. Arsenal have been playing, Hearts have been playing, but Hearts did get asked by Istanbul because they heard the news and said, do you want it to be called off? And they said the best thing to do is just get the game finished. They played 45 minutes because they've already played 45 minutes and they've travelled all the way from Turkey. Yeah. I can't.
Do you know what? He had absolutely no idea where he was. He hadn't looked over his shoulder. He looked to his left and he wasn't. That's a huge risk to take.
Is it? Yeah. I wouldn't if I. Yeah, and it'd be the same. I think. Yeah, and for tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if the Super League playoffs don't go ahead. Because they're definitely not gonna. I wouldn't even play. I wouldn't even, because one of the rules that I think one of the phrases that they had, that no academics, no actual sport happens whatsoever. Yeah. Because it's the monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. God save the Queen. Basically, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be in, I don't know when, but yeah, it'll be soon, but I don't know when, but my dad said he'll be off to London in God knows when, because he'll get told when he has he's in the army, so it wouldn't just be army that would have to go, to be RAF, Navy, everyone within the military would all put down. Yeah. If they would stay there, and what they would do is if they're in a safe place, they might do like a gunfire salute or something out of respect. But the reason is, would you want to do that 96 times? You would run out. Nah, but yeah, and it looks more than likely that there'll be no Premier League this weekend, no EFL, no nothing.
Ready to come back on the pitch after a little spell of treatment after that fall.
She just died of old age. It's just basically her health deteriorated and it just went.
No signs that the goalkeeper could have
yeah. I'm trying. At the moment, I'm trying to watch a game of football, but it's not really the main priority.
That's a foul by Traore on Devlin. The Basaksehir fans already well impressed with Traore's contribution. 50 minutes he got at the end of the win against Alanya Spor a weekend, and he's been a danger here, close to scoring their second goal. What a chance immediately for Josh Ginelli. Wow, that could have been instant impact.
Landed perfectly for him as well, didn't it? I have to say, I thought initially they just bounced off him, but it actually takes a
and you know it's going to be interesting. Yeah. And we've also got to realise that a lot of shops might be shut for a few days.
That can easily find the back of the net.
That was the header from Ndaya Shanie, which set up the chance.
No, but it's just if
great bit of defending from the substitute. This is Stefano Okaka, who came through the Roma youth 77, here he is again.
You don't even know if that's going to happen because we're all mourning for 10 days, and that's next week.
Striker. Here goes Ginelli. There's a nutmeg to go with that opening shot at goal and then come off the bench. Recovery by Bidia, the veteran Argentine international.
Well, he certainly got the Hearts fans off their seats. There's Josh Ginelli.
Oh.
The only thing in his mind is, can I get at an opponent? Can I make something happen?
Good pass out wide from Halliday, gets it back from Cochrane. And again, getting those shouts.
Yeah, but the other thing is, I thought it was 10 days. Apparently, it's actually 12 that we have to mourn. Is the mourning period. They had a minute silence before restarting the Hearts game. Do you want to know what sounds a bit fit? This is not being disrespectful in any way, but it's just weird how as soon as that news came out, it started raining and rainbows have appeared. Is that bad luck?
Number 11 incoming as well, midfielder Mahout. Serdar's match is over.
It says here, once the public is noted, Prince Charles will give a television speech.
Still half an hour for us to do something about this scoreline.
Not yet, because he's not officially been christened king yet. Because he has to make the decision himself. And also, it means... Yeah.
It's another slip.
Yeah, and the other thing is, now on... Yeah. Yeah, and when...
Just wanting too much time on the ball.
Yeah, 12 o'clock, did you say? I think Dale said 12 o'clock.
I still think there's something here for Hearts.
Yeah.
You know, they've certainly been better in the second half. They just need to try and threaten the goal a little bit better, but...
And then it gets a certain time...
More belief.
Awkward one from Halliday for Atkinson to control, and now he's on the back foot. And the substitute, Shuiar, holds him off.
Yep. So they've...
Alexic. Turuc. The skipper Daniel Alexic again thought about the shot. Don't foul him was the cry.
Yeah. Because... Yeah.
Here he is again directing play, Alexic.
Yeah, and literally you can tell that news is the news is made it because it's now made this match now a sorrow state. Now paparazzi in this country. Yeah, so literally at the moment I don't, and I've even said to Dale, if Hearts lose massively, I don't give two shits at the moment due to the fact that what's just happened. At the moment we need to care more for this country over sport at this moment in time. That's more important.
Mahmoud's getting involved. Now Traore. Shahiner on the overlap. It's Traore again. What a block that is. Andy Halliday.
Just meant. Yep, so that's then on the second day. Yep, here we go. On the second day, which will be tomorrow, Prince Charles will be proclaimed the new official reigning monarch, and it'll be announced, and that'll be tomorrow.
The corner kick taken short. Shuiar floats it back post. Ndaya, Shamir with a header and again. Still not clear. The back heel from Okaka is deflected behind.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many times we've said it that Hearts are right in their luck. It's a great ball to the back post.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's all...
He makes first contact and then he tries the ridiculous, doesn't he, Okaka? Thankfully for Hearts, it deflects over the crossbar.
There was Andy Halliday again, who blocked that back heel. And he is keeping Hearts in touch here. Dennis Turuc with
there we go.
And it is a free header from Indaya Shamiya.
And who really cares? Because it's really irrelevant. But it's 2-0 Istanbul. But who really cares at this moment in time?
Defensively from the home team, and even this early in the match, there may be no way back here.
No. At this moment in time, if all wouldn't have happened, I would be screaming and shouting, thinking, what the heck have we considered that goal for? But it's irrelevant at this moment in time. It's there's more important things to be caring about right now.
Hearts have been punished. I have to say they've been knocking on the door to Shaksha here. They've had chances to put this game to bed, and they may well have just done that, Rob.
How on earth can fans go and build the players when literally you've gone in the...
Emery on the touchline, delighted with that second goal for his team. They won 2-0 at the weekend.
Yep, he's already... Yep, that's what it said. Somebody's...
It's going to take something special from the home team to salvage anything out of match day 1.
Wow. That's... Wow.
Said that they haven't kept a clean sheet all season, but when you look at the continual change in the Hearts back 3 or back 4, back 5, no surprise really. Lack of consistency through injuries, through suspension, unavailability. Almost had to patch them up at times, Robbie Nielsen, put them out there, and they've suffered.
Yeah, all that chopping and changing hasn't helped at all. John Suter departed, of course, in the summer. Injuries for Kingsley and Halkett haven't helped.
Taking the sting out of Hearts, hasn't it? It's taking the sting out of the supporters.
And it says here that the funeral will expect to be held 10 days.
Just felt they were building nicely.
And they're now heading cracks to a 6th defeat in 7 games.
Yep, will be held 10 days after a death, so it's 10 days from 10 days from today.
It's been a tough start to the season. That's something Robbie Nielsen
But they are doing a state funeral, which means that people of this country can go and pay their respects.
As it is, they're probably 3 or 4 players away from having their best 11 on the pitch. When you come up against good opposition, can't afford that to happen.
They lost twice to Zurich, lost to Celtic, of course, in Glasgow, lost to Livingston at the weekend, and beaten by Kilmarnock in the Premier Sports Cup. No way through for Ginelli.
Yep.
Shuar looks to spark another attack.
We're just going to see everywhere just being literally shut.
Off balance, Alex Cochrane as he...
Because nothing will be open.
The ball flies out for the throw. 20 minutes to go at Tynecastle, and 2 goals to find for the home team. It looks hugely unlikely at the moment, but certainly 1 goal back soon.
Yep.
Would bolster belief.
Yeah, they probably haven't carried enough of a threat tonight, have they? Well, you said it about St-Jesser. Only 1 save at the start of the second half. A tame shot from Lawrence Shankland. Out with that, he hasn't really had an awful lot to do. When you come up against good sides, you need your influential players like Barry Mackay and Alan Forrest. You need them to be more productive.
Yep, so it's going to be on Friday, 11 o'clock. Yeah, we got a new king coming. Yeah.
To Humphreys, first the pace to the byline. That's Ginelli. And he doesn't get the touch. He was after Atkinson was looking for it.
Goes, not much noise at the game. What do you...
Position, he went back away from Ginelli. Chance gone.
Yeah, probably sums up Hearts' night.
Not much noise at the game. Are you expecting there to be much noise at a game where literally the Queen Elizabeth II has passed away? Are you expecting there to be noise at a football match? Don't be downright disrespectful. We are here to pay respects to a monarch who has been reigning this since God knows how long. And it's just absolutely saddening for this country. And if you guys not willing to pay your respects and asking and complain, why is not much noise at the game? Why is there not much noise at the game? Why is it not exciting? Because literally our country is literally in a state of mourning right now. Are you expecting people to be at a game and be all happy and excited about a game? No. There we go.
After another good showing for Basaksehir. And it is Berkay who replaces him. Cammy Devlin off for Hearts. And it's 20-year-old Connor Smith who is the replacement. I think that's going to mean no more. Does that mean no more?
We're all trying to hang in there.
Yeah, we're talking the lane boys ahead of the game that if anybody who is eligible to play for the B team in the lower league plays 5 first-team games, then it rules them out. So, such a shame, that.
It is. We're going to get involved immediately. No, it was Humphreys who was trying to manufacture a shot, denied. Now Shwiyar to Alexic. And Shahina. Just looking to control the game from here on in.
What? Because why are you speaking then? Because I originally did a live stream. It didn't get announced till literally during half time of Istanbul Basaksehir versus Hearts in the Conference League. So am I going to stop a stream at half time and just thought I'll just continue it to the end and just because it might be the last stream I do for a little bit. But at the moment I just cannot believe it. I just want you guys to be respectful. And if you guys are wanting to moan, this is the wrong time to moan when this country is in a state of mourning. So have some bloody respect for a monarch who has been with us for nearly since just during the World War. So treat this country with respect. And if you're not willing to be respectful and show your appreciation for Queen Elizabeth II of England, our beloved Queen, God save the Queen, don't be on this chat, don't be on this live stream and bugger off, because that is just disrespectful. And and if you are British and you are saying that, you are not British, you are just a disgrace to this country.
And he is bustling through, and it takes a deflection, and he scores
3-0.
goal of the game for Basaksehir.
3-0, but I can understand that news has affected the players. I can literally not comprehend that the players would have got the news. I don't blame Hearts. I don't blame Hearts for playing the way they are. They got that news at half time, and it's literally affected. I just think it's. If I was Man United, and right now, I would not be playing against. I would not be playing against Real Sociedad out of respect. I wouldn't be playing against Real Sociedad out of respect. I wouldn't be playing. I wouldn't be playing. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be playing right now. I wouldn't. I would refuse.
Swarmed in to the danger zone, and the deflection meant that Craig Gordon didn't have a hope of stopping it. And it's not been a good week for Scottish clubs in Europe. Atkinson in on the half volley.
Yeah. Like I say, who really cares about a game of football? I don't even want to watch a game of football at the moment, but I'm just going to finish the stream. I don't even think I'm going to watch the Man United game because it's late. What's the point of watching the football? The monarch has died. If I was straight away, I would say no football is played. No football is played. Just get on and we'll have a mourning period. Because at the moment, it's just a sad day for this country.
I have to say I watched RFS in the playoff round against Linfield.
We're just having a look at stuff. We don't know what's going to happen to Sport in the meantime. We have no idea what's going to happen. If Sport is going to stop, saying afterwards it will be put to the Royal to return to London. BBC will also cancel. So saying here that BBC will also cancel all comedy shows for 12 days following her death. So we'll see no comedy shows on BBC whatsoever. And of course the words of the national anthem have now been changed to God Save the King. So we can't say God Save the Queen anymore, it's God Save the King.
That third goal has certainly made a big difference. Maybe damage limitation at this stage for the home team. They don't want it getting any worse. Here's Mahmoud. No need to chase anything now for the Turkish team. After this man's header and then the Okaka goal. There he is again, Stefano Okaka, who reckons he should have been making it number 4.
I think he's right. He just gets on the blind side of Michael Smith and once again just uses his physical prowess just to nudge him forward a little bit. Thankfully for Craig Gordon, it just skids past the post.
Stephen Humphreys chasing. Duarte makes sure it gets back to Shingesser.
For the Hearts players, Rob, you know, when you're in that rut and you're losing games and confidence is low, you've got to fight your way through it. You've got to find a way. The manager can set you up, but you've got to show a little bit of resilience and determination within your own game to improve it, and then collectively, you have to get better. That game coming up here on Sunday against St Mirren, Hearts fans once again will be turning up and expecting a home win.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say this, but you can understand that I'm just not really bothered, and I think you can tell it's affected the Hearts players because they've not come out the same as they did in the first half. You can clearly tell that news has affected how they play on the pitch, and I don't blame them. That's why if they were to get hammering, I don't care about it, because what's more important? Someone's died that's important to this country over just a 3-0 defeat in a game. And you can literally tell that it's also affected the crowd, because there's literally no chanting. The crowd has literally gone numb. So you can literally tell the whole atmosphere has gone from being, oh, we're all looking forward to this game, it's all high and happy, we think we can get something from this, to now being just a very sombre end to what could have been. But like I know what Robbie Nelson's going to say at the end of this game, the death of the Queen is more important than a defeat and a football result. And they've even got a news which has come out that they're saying here that, yeah, with Hearts, you can tell it's affecting them now, because Hearts are now even 4-0 down. You can physically tell that it's affecting them now. But you don't blame it. Well, that can happen to any team in world football. If someone massive in your country dies that is big and powerful as that, it's going to affect everyone. So I won't be surprised if it affects Man United tonight, but I wouldn't even play that game. I'm surprised they're even going ahead with it.
There's a chance for number 4.
4-0. And the guys in the chat, you got to give me a bit of respect for me even continuing this game. continuing the stream for you, because I could have easily have stopped it as soon as that happened, but I thought I'll continue it, because it might be the last stream for a while, so at least we get this one off the books. Why are you guys all starting to be disrespectful? I got some yeah, it goes, the world doesn't come to an end because one person dies. My neighbour died last night, and she won't even get mentioned in the media. Yeah. Yep, and then and then someone just. Yeah.
8 minutes to go, and Hearts would take that full-time whistle any time the Polish ref fancies, really. A miserable night.
Yep.
It might be the third ranked of the 3 UEFA club competitions.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. He's just gonna get hidden. I've hidden him from the chat because I'm not having anyone joining after that. If you're British, I want a massive rant. If you're British and you say anything like that, then you do not call yourself British. You'll be proud of what she's done for this country, and if you don't do that, you don't deserve to even live in this country, and you don't even deserve to be calling yourself Scottish, English, Welsh, Irish, whatever that is. You don't deserve to call yourself that. And that's not me mean to people. It's just that's not the way of going around it when you are of his nationality and she's ruled for that long. People like that don't deserve to be in this world.
Games and Hearts will look to progress as this goes on. They have to learn from
so guys, you need to be respectful. Sorry if I've not been upbeat. If anyone has just joined, we have had some bad news. If you guys not seen and heard now, I have to keep repeating myself. But if you guys are having a go at me for saying, oh, why are you not talking? Why are you not saying anything? Then go and look in the newspaper. Go and turn on the TV and you'll know. And now this person's just... You might have to help me out on this because I'm not getting the words in edgeways from anyone. And basically this person's just gone and said harsh. He's saying that harsh... That he just said that it's harsh that I've gone and needed someone from the chat just because he said something about saying that one person died. It's not that important. So Stuart, if you're wanting, why are you saying that's harsh when I've cut down someone who's been disrespectful to a monarch who's kept this country and done wonders for this country? If you're being like that, then you're not calling yourself British. You're not even calling yourself even Scottish, Welsh, Irish or English. Because that's just someone is not deserving of living in this country. If you're not going to be like that, get your ass out of this country, pack your bags and bugger off, because we don't want you here for people like that. Those are the people that basically made this country look bad. And I don't like having to go at people, but we are in an emotional emotions at this moment in this country, so you can understand that a little bit of some people are going. Right. Commentator, just expand a minute. Why are you talking about Hearts getting ready for another game? They might not even play the next game. The same for them to go and get ready for RFS in Latvia. You won't see Hearts even travelling to Latvia because games will be called off. Are you expecting someone where a country's in mourning for a club to go and travel and do European fixtures? No. And I bet you agree with me on that one. If I was Robbie Nielsen, I'd be going in telling UEFA, this is happening in our country, we are not travelling out of respect. And we will not play another game, and this would be, I think it's going to be for most leagues in this country now, most games will not happen now for 10 days. So, here we go. This is what they have said. They said with sport likely to be postponed in the UK concerning this weekend's Premier League action, They will be advised by the Deputy Department of Digital, Culture and Sport in terms of what's the best course of action to take is. There is one course of action to take. Just call every game in this country off. That is simple. There's no doubts about it. Do you want people like from Man United down to non-league to all play football when everyone else, when this happened in this country? No. Because then it's just being disrespectful. If you've got the common sense and decency in this world, you would just postpone every game in this country and say no game gets played until after the funeral, which is in 10 days. Yeah, and this is what they've said, and they're going to be advised by Deputy of Digital and Culture, Media and Sport in terms of what's the best course of action to take. There's only one course of action, and it's one word: postpone. Postpone every game in the country and around Britain, which would also include rugby, not just football. Every sport that is going to be that you can play, every sport not played, cricket, everything, because that's what you want to do out of respect. If football does get played and they say they'll play it, then whoever's made that decision is disrespectful and has not thought about this country well. Because do you want to see Chelsea and Fulham? Do you think they would want to play on Saturday? No. Because a lot of Chelsea squad most of our squad is full of England internationals. Do you think them are going to play? Do you think the same, I'm going to think of any club, but like the same for Man United, the same for Man City, the same for Liverpool, Spurs? Do you think all of them are going to want to play? Because most of their squads have got a lot of English players in their squad and are British-based players. Do you think that they are going to want to play, as they're going to be feeling this more than any other player in them squads due to the fact that they're actually from this country? It's not gonna. I don't think all the other players and all the other teams are not going to be not as upset as what we are due to the fact that they're not English and stuff like that. So they're not going to be as upset as what we are. So you got to think. The clubs have got to think of it that way if games do go ahead. So it's like for us, we wouldn't play Mason Mount, we wouldn't play Reece James, we wouldn't play Nathaniel we wouldn't play Chalobah, we wouldn't play any player as English out of right, that they wouldn't be in the right mind and fit state to play. And I'm hoping that people understand that, and I'm hoping that I'm saying it in the correct way.
Frustration is showing for Hearts late on, and maybe not surprising. Not what they had in mind tonight.
The second goal killed their spirit a little bit, Rob, didn't it?
Wow. Did I just say that correctly? Dwayne Johnson put something out?
We'll find out.
Because it said on the news has basically said The Rock put something out. And he's not even British, he's American Samoan. But we're good friends with America, so they're going to be feeling for us at this moment in time. So what else? They're saying here that here they go. Through a DCMC spokesman intentions, no strict sporting guidance will be given, and the decision will be left down to Pacific sports, including football. Throughout, the DCMS did confirm that if sporting events were scheduled to take place on the day of the Queen's funeral, they will all be cancelled. In interim periods leading up to the funeral, it is understood the football bosses will have to gauge the mood of a nation when it comes to the decision whether or not to postpone games as a mark of respect, or it remains unlikely Premier League bosses will be willing to continue with games as normal. Should they be due to take place within 72 hours of the Queen's passing. So what's 72 hours? Is that 2 or 3 days? It's 70... And yeah, because EFL have already... Yep, because Scottish Premier League have already postponed their game straight away. But what boxing events have been postponed. Football, EFL said that they're looking likely they're going to postpone. Yep, racing. They've also confirmed that race. Yeah. God save the king! Say like they say on one of my favourite films, King Arthur, God save the king. We now got to say that. God save the king. Because they've even said as soon as the death of Her Majesty the Queen happened, as soon as that happened, the actual national anthem's been officially changed now. So the next time we're watching England.
Said it earlier, but a learning curve. What can they take from this game into the game on Sunday and then into next Thursday against RFS? Certainly they have to improve. Got to be better with the ball and try and be more creative.
Yep. Yep. And
just about 15 seconds to go.
wow. They've even said here they don't know if they're going to be able to stop the Italian Grand Prix, which is coming up, because they've got 3 British drivers on there. And do you think that they're going to be willing to race? No. If I was them 3, I'll get this finished. Full-time, Basaksehir 4, Hearts 0. But the only problem is, I'm not really going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to be angry. I am not upset. I am not annoyed in any way, shape or form. Hearts, for the first half, played absolutely brilliant. As soon as that devastating news of the monarch at 96 passed away, Hearts literally collapsed like a stone, which I don't blame him, because I would do if I was in a match and I heard that news, because they're just in the most saddened news. So you expect the team is going to collapse if it's a British team and our great monarch has died. That would happen to any side. God rest her soul like that. And for you guys, do not go and have a go at Hearts. Do not have a go at the players. Do not have a go at the club or any way, shape or form. Because of what's happened is not what caused it. It's just the saddened news has affected the players' mentality and mindset on that pitch. They couldn't focus. They just couldn't play football. So you got to give them respect that you got to go and respect them and give them a bit of respect. They've gone and played 45 minutes of football. And for me, I hold their hats up for that. Because they could have easily gone and decided, I don't want to play football. I don't want to play today. That's the game. But, like I say, like, subscribe with the bell notification, go to the post. And I'll see you guys whenever. I don't know when. I'll have to be patient. I'll give you updates if anything happens and anything. But I can't give you an exact date. But will it just be a case of wait and see? Like, subscribe with the bell notification.